December 7th, 2016. A cold afternoon in northern Pakistan, where the remote airstrip of Chitral cradled the start of a routine flight. Pakistan International Airlines Flight 661, an ATR 42, lifted off with 47 souls aboard. But at 4:13 p.m. the aircraft plunged into a mountainside, leaving no survivors, just flames, wreckage and a nation in mourning. The afternoon of December 7, 2016 draped Chitral, a remote mountain town in northern Pakistan, in a crisp, wintry stillness. Nestled in the Hindu Kush range at 4,900 feet, Chitral Airport's single runway buzzed with the day's final scheduled departure. Pakistan International Airlines Flight 661, an ATR 42 twin turboprop registered as APBHO, sat poised at the apron, its white fuselage emblazoned with PIA's green stripe and crescent moon. The plane, delivered in 2007, had logged 18,739 hours over nearly a decade, its last maintenance check completed in October. Inside, 47 souls prepared for 256-mile hop to Islamabad, 42 passengers, including 2 infants and a crew of 5. Captain Saleh Jinjua, aged 58, a veteran with 11,000 hours, commanded the flight, his calm demeanor a fixture at Pakistan International Airlines. First Officer Ahmed Junaid Mansoor, aged 34 with 1,500 hours, sat right seat, while flight attendant Gohar Ali, Shahim Akhtar and engineer Mohammed Farouk ensured the cabin was ready. At 3:30 p.m, the ATR's Pratt & Whitney engines hummed to life, their propellers slicing the thin mountain air. Chitral Tower, Pakistan International Airlines 661, ready for departure, Janjo radioed. Cleared for takeoff on runway 02, the plane rolled north, lifting off at 3:38 p.m. into a sky streaked with high cirrus clouds. The weather was clear, visibility 10 kilometers, temperature 5 degrees Celsius, wind light from the northwest. Climbing to 13,500 feet, Flight 661 traced the Indus Valley southeast, the jagged peaks of the Kahistan range sliding past the windows. For 54 minutes it was a textbook flight, the autopilot guiding the plane toward Benazir Bhutto International Airport. At 4:04 p.m., 45 nautical miles northwest of Islamabad, the cockpit jolted. A turbine blade in the left engine's power turbine fractured, fatigued after 10,004 hours, 4 hours beyond its mandated replacement at the November overhaul. The brake unleashed chaos, shards tore through the turbine and balancing the rotor. Propeller speed spiked to 120%, triggering the overspeed governor to pitch the blades into a feathered state. But a clogged oil line, contaminated with debris PIA's maintenance missed, jammed the pitch control unit, locking the blades at a useless 5%. Drag surge on the left side, yanking the plane into an uncommanded roll. Left engine failure, Mansoor shouted, the master caution blaring. Janjua yanked the left power lever to idle, silencing the engine as per protocol. Mayday, Mayday, Pakistan International Airlines 661, engine failure, request immediate return to Islamabad. He radioed at 4:06 p.m, voice steady despite the stakes. Islamabad approach cleared them. Pakistan International Airlines 661, turn right heading 120, descend to 10,000 feet, vectors for runway 30. The ATR, now a single-engine bird, lurched right at 9,000 feet, 2,500 feet above the rugged terrain. The crew didn't know the full horror. The stuck propeller, dragging like an anchor, was bleeding airspeed. 150 knots dropped to 120, then 100. At 4:07 p.m, the plane stalled. The left wing dipped and the ATR barrel rolled 360 degrees, plummeting 5,100 feet in seconds. In the cockpit, Janjua and Mansoor wrestled the yoke, sweat beading under their headsets. Pull up, ground proximity warning system shrieked. Against all odds, they regained control at 4,000 feet, the right engine straining at full power. We've got it, level off, Janjua panted, the plane wobbling but flying. For 7 agonizing minutes, they nursed the crippled ATR toward Islamabad, 25 miles away. Islamabad, Pakistan International Airlines 661, stabilizing at 5,000, single engine, Mansoor reported at 4:09 p.m. Controllers vectored them south, unaware of the drag's relentless pull. The crew, dazed from the roll, missed the signs. Airspeed crept below 90 knots, the stall threshold looming. At 4:13 over Havelian, a town 43 miles north of Islamabad, the ATR's luck ran out. The right wing stalled, pitching the plane into a second, fatal spiral. "Allah, help us," Jan-Jo cried on the cockpit voice recorder, the last words record. At 4:13 p.m., Flight 661 slammed into a mountainside near Sadhabatoni village, 2,900 feet up. The impact at 120 knots obliterated the fuselage, igniting 2,000 pounds of fuel in a fireball, then scorched the slope. A shepherd, Mohammed Harun, watched in horror. He said it flew low, whining like a wounded animal, then exploded, bam, into the hill. Flames devoured the wreckage, black smoke billowing 1,000 feet. Villagers rushed forward, mask loudspeakers blaring for help, but the heat repelled them. Pakistan Army helicopters and 500 soldiers arrived by 5 p.m., retrieving 46 bodies. No survivors. The Aircraft Accident Investigation Board, newly independent under Pakistan's 2019 policy, probed the wreckage. The digital flight data recorder and cockpit voice recorder revealed the nightmare. A blade fracture, a clogged OSG, and the crew overwhelmed by aerodynamic chaos. The November 2016 engine shop visit, clearing PT1 blades past their limit, was the route. The Aircraft Accident Investigation Board's November 2020 report, a first for its rigor in Pakistan, blamed PIA's maintenance lapses and Pratt & Whitney's oversight gaps, urging blade replacements across the ATR fleet. Aftermath lingered bitterly. Families waited years for compensation, some coerced into a silence by PIA. The airline grounded its ATRs briefly, but its safety record, marred by 7 hull losses since 2000, drew global scrutiny. In Havelian, a scarred hillside became a memorial. Flight 661's 9-minute terror, a cascade of metal and human resolve, etched a lesson in maintenance, training, and the fragility of flight. Pakistan's deadliest air crash since 2010.